right, so you know how much we all rely on Salesforce these days?
Yeah.
But honestly, it's kind of wild how tough it can be to get decent support when you need it.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's like you've got this super powerful engine driving your business,
Right.
but finding someone to fix it when it breaks down can be a total nightmare.
Exactly. And you're stuck waiting forever or paying an arm and a leg.
And the crazy thing is, most Salesforce customers are small businesses, right?
Yeah, like nearly 3/4 of them?
So it's not like they've got these huge IT departments to handle everything.
No, they need help that's both fast and affordable, which can be hard to find.
Totally. They can't afford to have things down for days waiting for a response.
Exactly. So that's where this company Balo comes in.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of them.
They claim to have a solution for this whole support mess.
Okay, I'm intrigued.
They're basically a Salesforce help desk.
So, like, always available.
Yep. And get this, they say they connect you with the top 1% of Salesforce experts globally.
Wow, that's a bold statement.
It is. So that's what we're diving into today,
Sounds good.
trying to figure out how they actually do that and what it could mean for those of us who've struggled with Salesforce support.
Yeah, let's break it down.
Okay, so first let's talk about the traditional support experience,
The one we all know and love.
right? So you run into a problem, you submit a ticket, and then what?
And you wait.
Ugh, yes.
Yeah.
And sometimes you get a response that's like a generic troubleshooting step.
That doesn't even apply to your situation.
Exactly. It's back to square one, more waiting, more frustration.
The thing is, Salesforce issues are rarely simple.
No, they can get really complex.
Totally. They're often specific to your company's setup and workflows.
So what people really need is that hands-on help.
Someone who can actually see what's going on,
Yeah, and understand the context and give you tailored guidance.
not just copy and paste some generic answer.
Right, and that's what Balo seems to be addressing with this promise of no waiting for days or weeks.
Okay, so they're all about speed and direct engagement.
Yep. So how about this top 1% of Salesforce experts thing?
That's the million-dollar question, right?
It is. How do they actually find and vet these experts?
They mention a rigorous vetting process.
Yeah, and they say they constantly monitor user reviews.
So they're not just taking people's word for it.
Seems like they have a system to really assess the quality of their experts.
Which makes sense if they're claiming to have the best of the best.
I'm really curious what that vetting process looks like.
Me too. Like, are they looking for specific certifications?
Or maybe a certain number of years of experience.
Or maybe a proven track record of successful projects?
It's interesting that they mention experts from all different backgrounds.
Oh yeah, customer side, partner side, even freelancers.
So it seems like they're casting a wide net to find the top talent.
And that ongoing used review system is smart.
Yeah, it creates a feedback loop to make sure quality stays high over time.
So it's not just a one-time check. They're constantly monitoring performance.
Exactly. Okay, so let's say you're a user who needs help right now.
Walk me through how this actually works.
So you start by selecting the Salesforce product you're using.
Like Sales Cloud, Service Cloud, that kind of stuff.
Exactly. And then you specify the type of support you need.
So they can match you with someone who has the right expertise.
Yep. And here's where it gets really interesting. Instead of just submitting a request and waiting.
You actually have options for when you need help.
Exactly. You can set a time frame.
You can see who's available right now,
Boom, immediate connection.
which solves that whole uncertainty of traditional support.
No more wondering when you'll finally get help.
So it's all about transparency and control.
Right. Then you get to see the profiles of the available experts.
So you can choose who you think is the best fit.
Exactly. You can see their expertise, their specific skills, and their availability.
That's so much better than just being assigned someone randomly.
It is. You're actually empowered to make a decision.
Yeah, like you're in the driver's seat.
And once you've found the right expert, booking a call is super easy.
They say you can do it right through their calendar.
Yeah, no more back and forth trying to find a time that works.
And it's all hands-on support through video calls.
So you're not just sending emails back and forth.
You can actually share your screen and have a real conversation.
It's like having a Salesforce expert right there with you.
And they have a case management feature too.
Oh, yeah, so the support doesn't end after that initial call.
You can continue the conversation and even rebook with the same expert if you need to.
Which is so important for complex issues.
Totally. You're not starting from scratch every time,
Okay, so now let's talk money. Because cost is obviously a big factor.
especially for those small businesses we were talking about.
Right, so Below has this interesting pay-per-minute model.
After an initial 15 minutes,
Yeah, so you're only paying for the time you actually use.
which is way more flexible than traditional support contracts.
Exactly. And they have a load credits and pay-as-you-go system,
with no long-term contracts.
so you're not locked into anything.
You can just talk up your credits as needed,
And their starting package is $300.
which gives you a good starting point.
Plus, you can share credits across your team.
Oh, that's handy.
Yeah, it makes things much easier for organizations with multiple people who need help.
So it's cost-effective and flexible.
Okay, so let's shift gears for a second and think about this from the expert's perspective.
Okay, interesting.
Why would these top-tier experts choose to work with Balo?
Good question. Because understanding their side of it helps us understand why they can attract such high-quality professionals.
Exactly. So they talk about the opportunity to monetize your Salesforce knowledge and skills,
Which makes sense.
and they emphasize flexible hours.
So experts can set their own schedule.
Yep, and they can set their own per-minute rates.
So they have control over their earnings.
Exactly. And they get access to a global platform of customers.
So it's a win-win.
Right. It's good for the experts and it's good for the users.
Because a platform with top talent is going to provide better support.
Okay, so let's bring it back to Balo's mission statement. Every Salesforce customer to have access to the top 1% experts anytime.
Ambitious.
It is, but it really speaks to this gap we've been talking about.
They're directly targeting those small businesses that are often underserved by traditional support.
Exactly, and they're really focusing on providing the most cost-efficient way to get the highest quality support.
Within the time frame you need.
Right, and they don't just offer technical support.
They also have experts in architecture integrations.
Strategy, best practices, even training.
So it's really a one-stop shop for all your Salesforce needs.
All right, so let's wrap this up for our listeners.
Key takeaways.
So Balo seems to be offering a genuinely different approach to Salesforce support
By connecting you directly with vetted experts,
on a flexible pay-as-you-go basis.
which addresses those big pain points of slow response times and high costs,
It's all about putting you in control.
giving you the power to get the help you need when you need it.
No more waiting, no more complicated contracts.
Just direct access to top-tier expertise.
So think about it. The last time you were struggling with a Salesforce issue,
Feeling lost and frustrated.
how much time and energy could you have saved if you had immediate access to a real expert?
Someone who could guide you through it and solve the problem quickly.
Imagine how much smoother your Salesforce experience could be with that kind of on-demand support.
It's definitely something to consider.
It is food for thought.
Absolutely.
All right, that's our deep dive for today.
Until next time.
See ya.
Thank you for listening. If you like this episode, please share and follow us on social media. Find us on Apple Podcast, Spotify, and YouTube to be the first to listen to our next episode.